Alright, because we've got a frosty morning, I thought I'll talk about the kitchen setup. So we have, we like to have a pull-out, one of those pull-out drawer kitchens, but we don't sort of way of designing the whole thing. Doesn't seem to work too well, but going from the outside, so we got awning comes out on this side, gives us a bit of protection. And we've got side flaps to come down if we need to. Also, we've got a mesh bit that goes in the middle for lots of flies. But we've always also found out that you know, when it's really hot, the mesh sort of acts like a bit of a shade cloth, keeps the kitchen actually cool inside. So we okay, so our setup is basically just like a drawer fold out system sort of thing, so we have to pull everything out. So most of the stuff we've got gets packed away at the end of a camping session. So the main kitchen bench actually folds in half. I'll show you that later. It gets packed away, it stays on the side of the tent trailer. And then I've got some hockey straps down here, and that just holds the drawers in when we use it as a kitchen. If not, the drawers come out. So we keep it like detergent stuff, pegs, tea towels, clothesline, fly spray in these containers, and they get stored back up in the tub up there. Paper towel on a holder, but we keep the bag on it just to stop dust or flies or other things that getting dirty, so that just stays like that to keep clean. Got a Coleman 2-burner stove, which I think we got for a wedding present many years ago, so that just shows you how good it's been going. Lost the knobs, but that's alright, we can get new ones of those. It has got a grill underneath, so it comes in handy with toasting it. Red tub keeps all our pots in it, grill plate, and the gas bottle's right here. So this bench actually clips on to the side. See if you can see that there. So it clips on there. This slides out as a pair of legs, and that slots down into it, so it keeps that nice and sturdy. We've got a 95 litre Evercool fridge up in there. Keep your meat on one side and the rest of the stuff on the other side. Fire extinguisher there. The funny thing is, when I did this kitchen setup originally, was before I upgraded the axle and the tyres. So when I upgraded the axle and the tyres, lifted the trailer up. So instead of being at waist height, which it started originally at waist height, it's now more chest height. But like we have stools to stand on to reach up into the trailer and that. But anyway, it is what it is. Alright, so if we've got a second fridge, so if we're using the second fridge, we have this stands in there. It's got legs to lift it up, and up under here I've got a power cord, 12 volt, and then there I've also got a mains power cord. This is a freshwater pump tap, and I haven't got it open yet, but this is hot water tap. I won't go too much into electrical stuff, but that's sort of a main control panel. It's a little clock slash temperature, so it's about 4 degrees now, so better than 3 degrees. Bluetooth speaker, a couple of remotes. One works the hot water pump, and the other one works the lights on the other side of the trailer. Fire extinguisher, which is good, and just tucked up around there we've got a fire blanket. We use these oats tubs quite a lot. They're really handy. We just keep most of our stuff in it, like cups and cutlery. So we've got our plates, cups and cutlery there. The back one, which we don't use too often, has flour and that sort of stuff in it. This one has Cocoa Pops and that stuff for the kids. Tea and coffee sits on there. This one, you know, foil, rubbish bags, sandwich bags, and we got a cutlery and all that sort of stuff in there. So up top here, like I said before, that had all our normal dry goods stuff we store in tubs, and that's a green bag. It's got wine glasses and fry pans and storage sort of stuff. Now when we're traveling, basically those tubs actually sits on top of the fridge here, and then all this stuff actually gets packed away up into that top box there. Just with the water stuff, so we've got a switch for the rooftop tent, mains power switch, a double water switch, so mains power on, then the water on, and then we can turn the pump on. It just stops accidental stuff getting switched on. So that's basically our kitchen setup. Because it's getting dark early, we've got LED lights. So yeah, what I've done is on the shredder bars to help keep the water off, I've just glued them and siliconed them on so they stay on there permanently. And we've got one over here as well there, so handy, especially when it gets darker earlier. And then we just have this little folding table we have do our dishes and all that on, or eat off. And that's basically our kitchen setup. Always have a awning flap to put the chairs under, just in case it rains. But yep, this is what we cook in. This is what it sort of looks like when we're storing. So got a soda stream machine, keeps the kids happy. Normally I've got a cover to go on top of that, but I just had that off. These are just our food tubs, normally just free dry food tubs, access to the fridge, and then we can still get drinking water, so if we need to fill up the drink bottles, we can just move that around and fill up our drink bottles. So if we make a stop on the side of a road somewhere, we can just open this up and still have access to like the food in the fridge and all that sort of stuff, without majorly pulling everything out. So that's proved quite handy as well. Okay, this is it's just about dishes. So we've got these collapsible buckets for dishwashing and that, and rack, and this dried cloth was really good. But once we do with dishes from the tub, the water, we tip it into a nubble tub here, or a bucket or something like that, and that becomes our rinsing water. So any really dirty dishes gets rinsed off in the old dishwashing water, and then we use some clean water to wash them afterwards. So that becomes our first rinse, and it just reuses the water over, and it keeps the water sort of fresher, so we can just keep cleaning up. So we only do the dishes once a day, and to try to minimize water, and we generally try to keep it like 6 litres, 6 to 8 litres tops, but that's why we can get away with using only that amount, because most of the dirty stuff goes in here and gets rinsed off first, and then we go and water a tree or something like that. So yep, this is just basically how we clean up and do our dishes stuff. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to check out the places we visited for yourself, there's more information in the description below. Hit the trailer icon to subscribe, and here are some more of our camping adventures.